Hello, guys, and welcome back to the D's Don't Get Degrees podcast.
Hey y'all, my name is Dominic,
And my name is Jessica.
and we're back. Let's do this. Episode 14?
14?
Yep, 14.
Yeah.
Let's get it popping. I was about to say 15, but I'm getting ahead of myself. My bad. 14.
Yeah. Oh my God, next episode will be our quinceañera.
Oh, that's awesome.
What color is your dress going to be?
Purple.
Damn.
I lied. No, I lied. No.
Mine's blue. You can't clash.
I don't want to be basic as fuck, but it's going to be pink, and we know it's going to be pink.
Ew, we're going to look like a baby shower.
Well, you know.
Okay.
That's how that goes.
This episode's coming in a little late. That's my fault.
Life happens.
Again.
It's not just you. It's on me too. Like life happens. Like
Yeah.
because we could have probably did it Sunday night, but I was like out doing dumb shit. So that's me. That's on
And
me.
I was too busy failing to do some of my homework and stressing out about it. Isn't that crazy? How like
You stress
once
out.
it's done, like
Yeah.
once a deadline's passed, why does my brain decide to just still focus on it?
Really
Yeah.
a little. Mine does it for a little bit afterwards.
Because
but
then
I
I'm
look-
like, oh my God, the semester is fucked. Like, there's no way this grade is
when
gonna
things go
screw me
really
forever.
when things go really bad, yes, I'm that way. But for the most part, just general purpose, like real life stuff. Like I'll be stressing about something for like so long up into it that it's kind of a double-edged sword. Like I hate that I have to do something and then I like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But then I also look forward to the deadline because I'm like literally the moment it's done. Like when I used to be in school and I had tests, I'm like, you know what? If my test was at 12, 1:30, I can't wait because I don't have
Yeah.
to think about it anymore. It's done. Win, lose, draw, pass or fail, it's over. Who cares? You can't change it anymore.
Yeah.
And that's how. And I mean, realistically, that didn't last forever. Because if I really did do, like in 2 weeks when I found out I failed, I was like, it started all over again. But sometimes I look forward to deadlines because it's like, you know what? Once I'm past this, I'm past it. And
I
get
look
to move-
forward to them when I'm doing the work. When I don't manage to do it,
yeah, it's the
I
worst
just
thing
beat
ever.
myself up the entire time leading up to the deadline and then afterwards as well.
And then it comes in harder. Oh,
Yeah.
you thought you was done? You thought it was over?
Oh, here comes the guilt, bitch. And it weighs me down.
Oh, heavy. I understand that.
Yeah.
I get it.
Um,
So I got some pretty good news. I didn't want to talk about it until it was official. Well, it was official last week, but like even I don't know, something about it didn't feel official until I went and just did it. But
Right.
I have a job now. Woo!
woo!
Hit the play the music.
No.
Okay, well,
No, there's not gonna be any. This has to go up like tonight. There's not gonna be any music. You thought you should have pulled up your phone and had it queued.
Celebrate good times. Come on. No.
No.
Like, okay, well.
Okay,
Anyway.
here's what I'll do. If I'll go quiet right now and you start singing, give me your best, and then I'll cut that clip and put it where you asked me to.
Ooh, okay.
You gotta do it right now. Go.
All
All right, so I'll pause.
Celebrate good times. Come on. We're gonna celebrate now. I'm done. But like
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, you see?
Now you just sound stupid.
So let's cut it all out and just start the intro over. Hey guys, my name is Dom. No?
That was you giving your best effort.
You know I can't sing. I don't know why you trash.
That's so
you
funny.
know that. I can't sing. And that's a difficult like song to sing anyway. Like that is a underrated, difficult masterpiece. Stop.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, I got a job. It's for a call center, which is like, whatever, nothing exciting. But it's just like a cool temporary thing. It supposedly it's only gonna last till January or February. Depending on when their like busy season ends. And if they really like me, they'll keep me. But if they don't, whatever. I'm looking for something else. But the pay is pretty decent, and I don't know. It's pretty cool. I will say this: what surprised me so far. I've had like 3 days of training so far, right? And it's honestly been probably the most rigorous training I've had at any job so far. And it's weird to say because, boy, you just sitting on no, like.
Yeah.
Actually, like I've never had to turn my brain on at a job before, and it's weird to say, but I've never worked anything that's not like straight up retail, customer service, whatever. So I've never literally had to like think about what I was gonna say, do, right, etc. I was just like,
You should do the most and like pack like a book bag.
I mean, and also that's the crazy
Like-
thing about it. It feels like I'm back in school again.
Yeah.
The first day, there's so many. There was like a notepad with 2 packages of sticky notes. They gave us.
Oh,
Yeah, legit, a whole
that's
note,
nice.
a giant like notepad, 2 packages of sticky notes, a pen, a highlighter, and like at least half a textbook worth of actual like terms, definitions, and
Wow.
like study material. Like it's legit. Like, hey, and it's basically we go over it, some of it in class, most of it in class, because it's not technically school, so they can't send it home and be like, hey, do this,
Right.
because it's a job, they have to pay us, right?
Yeah.
And we're there for 8 hours a day, so we have enough time to go through most of it. But yeah, it's basically like what it feels like is, hey, you need to know all this basic information before next week and we've had like tests and quizzes and stuff so far.
That sucks.
Today we took this quiz that was legit like a 44 question quiz over everything we studied the last 2 days, and they were like, yeah, it's closed notes too, no notes or nothing. And
No
you
textbook.
You should just see everybody's all. It was like, what? Oh no! Like everybody in the class like flipped out, and I was just sitting there like, all right, well, time to see if I actually like retain, because I've been writing a bunch of like, I legit felt like it felt like my first year back in college again, back when I was like legit trying putting forth my
Yeah.
like my best effort before I got into like partying or hanging out and stuff, and like just legit doing it, going to class, doing it. I was like getting sleepy during some of the lectures and stuff. Like it was
Wow.
actually school. It felt like school, which was wild. And I was like, you know what? If I got paid to go, I thought about it. I was like, if I got paid to go to school, I wouldn't have never stopped. Like I would have just kept, it would have been like, that's fine. I could do this. Like, and then I thought about it for a second. Could I do this forever? Like as a job? Like forget the call center part. Could I just go to school as a job? And I was like, yeah, I could do that. And I mean, the information's not bad. Like, I'm not going to give away exactly what company or whatever I work for, but I'll just say basically the information I keep referring to that's like rigorous, like a lot to learn and take in, is like, it's all like it's all dealing with like insurance, like life insurance, medical insurance, the different types,
Yeah.
government IRS codes, like all kinds of like things that you need to know, A, for like as an adult on your tax return, and B, if you ever want to like, I don't know, get a job, and like when they say, oh, the benefits you want to, like
Oh, yeah,
stuff,
yeah, yeah.
that stuff. Which
Dude,
is
Nordstrom still sends me in the mail like
benefit packages.
yeah.
And I think they do it for like a little while until like, what is it, like 60 or 90 days after you. You know what's funny? We actually learned about
been a
this.
minute.
You know what? I learned about this at my job. Actually, there's an entire category of insurance that applies to you for like a certain amount of time after you like. So basically, after you stop working at a place, right, you aren't eligible for their benefits anymore. A lot of them. Some of them you still are, but like a lot of them you aren't eligible, right?
Yeah.
There's a new category of benefits that's basically the same as the old ones that you're still eligible for. If you like, so let's say you would have quit Nordstrom and you would still apply. It's something called, I'm almost afraid to say it, because if someone really truly knows what they're talking about, they can call me out and be like, you stupid, you saying it wrong.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would.
But it's basically, it's called Cobra, and Cobra is designed so that when people lose or leave their job, they don't just like immediately like, oh, sorry, if you get hurt, like too bad, you can't do anything about it. Like it's designed for that in between period between jobs, essentially. So you can still, if the job has to notify you through Cobra, like the IRS says they have to, that okay, well, but it only applies if you had if you opted into your benefits before. So if you, like, let's say you're with Nordstrom, and I don't know, you don't have to say it if you, whatever, but let's say you were like under one of their, group health plans or whatever, one of the group health insurance plans. As soon as you leave, they have to notify you within, I want to say it's like 30 to 45 days. No, it's between 30 and 90 days. They have to notify you. Well, I mean, I guess it could be less than 30, but they have up to 90 days, I think, to notify you that, hey, even though you aren't a part of these benefits anymore, you still can have them for a limited time under Cobra. Then you have something like, I think, up to 2 months to opt in and be like, okay, yeah, I still want these benefits for a couple more months, or like I don't, whatever. But basically, yeah, it's just designed so that if something bad happens to you, you don't just like fall flat on your face and whatever. But
yeah,
it is costly.
I've never signed up for any benefits.
I had neither, but now
any employee
I probably will
employment.
now that I know what they mean. Like, I legit know what all these terms and stuff. Like, I get it now. So I'm
Like
like, okay.
what?
Like, for example, there's Cobra. There's different types of medical insurance you can sign up for. There's PPOs, HMOs, all kinds of dumb acronyms
Yeah.
that mean different things. There's flexible spending accounts you can do, where basically you have it's literally like a checkings account that you have that you save up money for if you need to go to the doctor or whatever. And I'm pretty sure there's different kinds. There's some that you get like at the beginning of like the year, and the money's just front loaded on your card already, like a little medical debit card, and you pay for it through your deductions to your paycheck. But I mean, it's already there, so it's pretty much just like whatever. And then there's some that you only get as you like put money into it. So kind of like 401ks, but for like health stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a bunch of different kinds of like accounts and medical insurance plans, and it's all kinds of weird whatever stuff. The thing I took away from it is almost all of it's expensive. I'll say that.
Yeah, for sure.
None of it's cheap. There's no like cheap there's, and a lot of this is also a lot of things we learned about is mostly for like older people, like who are about to retire, who like, I mean, you can start in putting money, especially the savings accounts and the spending accounts. You can put money in it now, like as a 20 whatever year old. But I mean, it doesn't matter, like,
Yeah.
But,
all benefits to me always sound like they're just trying to keep more of your money.
The thing about it is when you say they, who's they? Because it's not the job and it's not the government. It's like, technically it is if you said they, the insurance company, sure. Because I think insurance companies, they rip you off. Like you, like
100%. Yeah.
Like they rip you off, and you it's stupid. They kind of look for ways not to pay, and it's, I don't know, it's ridiculous. And the more I'm learning about it, the more I'm like, this is kind of shitty.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, it's either that or like there's also, it's a lot of times if you can afford it, it's better than the alternative of like nothing, And that's the reason nowadays they have so many different types of like insurance, like, because there are some that are there, like, for example, there's some health plans where there's called a network of doctors, like only specific ones you can see in a specific area, whatever, and you have to designate one specific doctor that you like gonna go to for everything that you pretty much can or whatever. And that's like a kind of that one's honestly, we were told, is getting kind of antiquated because people aren't that into it no more. Like, it's whatever's kind of going out of style. That one's a little pricey. There's some that are pricier than that, though. That one's honestly kind of one of the cheaper ones by comparison, because you only get to see like one, like, you pick one doctor. The more modern day one, a definition of that one is you can pretty much see almost whatever doctor you want. You still get more benefits if you stay within your network, but it's not as bad. The thing is, because you have more flexibility, you pay more money. And I mean, the thing that tripped me out that I learned about health plans, though, is there's a premium you pay every month. There's your deductible that you pay once every, like, they call it every, like, benefit time, like every, like, I don't know, if your benefits last 6 months, and once every 6 months you pay the deductible, once a year, whatever it is. So you pay that deductible, you pay your premium every month, you pay your copay every time you go either to the doctor or to pick up medicine or whatever you need to do. And then that's just like the basic, if you're perfectly healthy and nothing happens to you, you're paying all that money.
Yeah.
And then you pay even more if, you got to go to the hospital, or like, or if something happens to you, got an ambulance, whatever.
Yeah.
But the only, like, I guess kind of positive thing I learned, that's like, what? There is a limit to it. And I didn't know this, but there's a limit to, with a lot of them, the reason they have these high premiums and these high deductibles is because there's a limit to how much money, they'll limit it how much money you can pay in like that time, like that year, basically. Like, it's called a out of pocket maximum, and basically anything past, like, once you've paid, I don't know, like, let's say the out of pocket maximum is like $3,000 or something. Once you get past that, anything that happens to you, the insurance has to like fully cover it. But those are like worst case scenarios.
Yeah.
Those are like, in the same year I broke my arm, and my daughter also broke her leg, and my son got the flu. All in the same, like, within the same 6 months.
And I need chemo.
Right. By the time you got to your chemo at the end, the insurance will be like, all right, fine, we got you. You've been through enough, so we'll go ahead and get you. As long as you've been keeping up with your premium payments. If you haven't, well,
Yeah, no, insurance here in the U.S. is stupid. It's just a money-making scheme.
I think so, for sure.
Unless you're old and sick, and or sick,
even then,
it's not even worth it.
Even then, it's kind of rough.
Just move, dude. Just fucking go to a country that cares about its people a little bit, you know?
If that was like super easy and cheap, I think more people would do it.
I go to Mexico whenever I need medical things done.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. How does insurance in Mexico work?
Everything's paid for.
By who?
By your taxes.
It's just automatically like.
Yeah.
So do y'all pay like?
So it's all. So you know how there's like private hospitals?
Yeah.
Yeah. So those you'd have to pay for.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom. So I was born in Mexico. My mom had me in Mexico, and she was working at a bank, and she had through them access to private, to a private hospital, which is why I was born in a private hospital. Okay. The whole point being, even if she had me at a public one, nothing would have come out of pocket.
Oh, cool.
Nothing still came out of pocket, even though she went to a private one because her job covered it. Unlike here, she's like, no, people, you go to the hospital when you're sick. Like, you go to a doctor when you're sick and they help you. And there's no like, oh my God, I got to take out a loan. Like, how am I going to afford this?
No, it's kind of ridiculous here because I've learned, one, from like this class, but two, also just looking at life experience, like things that have happened to like my parents or just other people I know. It's like, even if you have insurance, if anything actually bad happens to you and you're not making like stupid money, like a high, like if you're not making like, I don't know, $80,000, $90,000, $100,000 a year, like you're kind of screwed. Like,
we're one of like the only like progressive countries where you're fucked. Like, you'll go in debt. Like, you will owe
literally,
like
so
tens of thousands of dollars.
So much money. If anything, if you get into let's say you get into a really bad car accident that isn't your fault. And even if you miraculously get your like car insurance to like come up, or theirs to come up with the money for your car,
that's crazy too. Because in the event of that, like in the event that you get into a car accident, one, it's not like you can say, okay, let me put like my medical needs on hold until I get that insurance money. No, you got to pay for it out of pocket and then hope that they pay you back.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So let's say that terrible thing happens to you. You're probably gonna need an ambulance ride. That ambulance ride alone is gonna run you like that's so much money.
My aunt was charged $9,000
for an ambulance ride. Like, it's so bad. Like, it's
she fell from her attic.
Oh.
Yeah, and she was like, next time anything like that happens, I'm driving myself. There's no way in hell I'm getting into an ambulance.
Yeah, because it's just.
And I was like, yeah, I get it.
It's so much money, and then like. That's before the doctor even sees you.
Yep.
That's before you
stay at night.
That's before medication. That's before you stay at night in the hospital because every night adds like it's if anything, that's what I'm saying. If anything actually serious happens to you past like, oh, I need a checkup, you're done. Like it's over. Like
you're dead. Move. Flee the country.
Either move, die, or or take out a loan. Like that's your only choices. Like
have you seen like crazy bills when people get like I saw one that was for being bitten by a snake. And the bills are crazy because there's so much that they have to do, like toxicology, like
oh my God.
Tests and shit, and so many lab. Like the bill was just like lab, and then like whatever thousands next to it. It added up to like over $100,000.
I mean, it's insane. And looking at some stuff like that, I'm like, you know what? I kind of get why the people who can do it, they spend all that money and they take all the time and they go to medical school because that's where the money's is. That's the money. And not all this money goes to doctors and stuff for sure, but their bills alone do cost a lot. Like for doctors just to like give you their time, it costs a good amount of money. Like it's look, it's insane.
I don't know. But okay.
Well,
you're learning about
medical insurance, life. The only thing that seems like a little less of a ripoff is life insurance.
Yeah, I mean,
life insurance doesn't feel like a ripoff. That just feels like, well, you get what you put into it. Like that's and like the one cool thing I learned about life insurance is that this is the last thing. Like I know I've been going on for 20 minutes about insurance and. Everybody's probably already like, all right, we're done. We'll see you next week. But for the few of you still listening, life insurance is cool. If you can, try and find a job who will pay for your life insurance, because there are some jobs who legit create an account and they just pay. They outright pay for your life insurance up to a certain amount. 50,000, 75, 100, whatever it is. They can dictate how much that is, but they pay for it up to a certain amount. And the only time you have to like pay anything is if you want more than that. And also, if you want more than that, though, you'll have to go. A lot of times, you'll have to go and get an EPO, which is where you basically go see a doctor and have them fill out a form. And you also fill out a form that proves that you're healthy. They'll also ask you a bunch of questions about your medical history, your family's medical history, your lifestyle. Basically, the insurance company has to prove that, hey, you're not about to die soon, you know? And I mean, life insurance does kind of suck in the way that the older you get, the more it starts to cost.
That's why you lock it in when you're young.
When you're young, yeah, no, that's the smart thing
to
do.
Get it as young
for
as
sure.
you can.
Because as you get older, then the insurance company's gonna be like, ooh.
That's what I told you when I was trying to get life insurance.
Oh, you told me, yeah.
And you were like, I don't know about all that.
What?
Oh my God, we have it on.
I remember we had it, but I don't remember saying I don't know about all that.
Yeah, you were like, I just don't think that it's. And I was like, dude, it's like $25 a month
for
the next 30 years.
All I said was, I'm pretty sure the thing I meant to say was like, oh, I don't think I have the money for it right now. But that was probably.
I'll pull it back up. I'll go back and look for it, and then
because I know I wasn't questioning like that you were wrong. Like I know you did the research on it. I didn't. I don't think I was saying like, you're wrong. I think I was just saying like, oh, I don't have the. I ain't got it right now, fam. Like they're like I barely have any extra, you know what I mean, to go towards it right now.
Yeah.
Because remember we were talking about like, you know what, it's tough for me too right now, but I want to go. You know, I think it's a good idea. It's a good thing, and I applauded you on it. I wasn't being like, oh no, you were wrong, Jessica. Like, why would I fight you on that?
I'll go and look because I'm pretty sure I was just making the point of like, it's irresponsible not to.
I understand.
Lock it in.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure you were making the point, you were playing devil's advocate. Like, well, what if, like, you need that money now?
I mean, if you need the money now, okay, sure, go look for it. Sure, go
I'll
look for
it.
Go look for your fight. I don't want to fight you on whatever. Go look for it.
No, because I remember it. I'll find it. I remember it.
Go look for your fight. Clearly. Go for it. If you want to fight, all you had to do was say so. We could have just came up with like a thing. We could have just actually made this a fighting episode.
No, because cool. Now you know, and at least with life insurance, now we're on the same page. Like, lock it down when you're young. Lock it down in your 20s, early 20s preferably.
Sure, yeah.
Because it'll only go up.
If you can no, I'm just kidding.
If you can afford it.
I mean, that goes for everything though. If you can afford it, yeah, do it.
I know, but I remember like making the point of like, it's not a lot now.
Got you.
So
I probably did think
you 100% probably could afford it. Like if you have a job, you probably could afford it.
How long did I go without a job?
Yeah, but you weren't unemployed then, and you had this high horse of like, you should never leave a job without having a backup. So we were both funny. Fully employed at the time of it. I would not have taken out a life insurance I wouldn't have had that mindset if I was unemployed at the time.
You use one of your credit cards to pay your life insurance. Well, I mean, I'll be in debt.
Just rack it up.
I'll be in debt, but if I die,
that money can then pay off that.
Do you have like beneficiaries and stuff on your? Like,
yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, it was a whole thing. Yeah, it was scary. The guy was like, I don't know, because it is a lot. It is a lot in order to get. Yeah, and I was like, okay. He asked if I had any like, because it doesn't cover you if you take your own life.
Yeah.
Within the. I don't remember. I don't think it covers you at all if you take your own life.
Yeah, I can see that.
He's like, there are some policies that will cover you past a certain amount. Like, let's say you've been paying for life insurance for 5 years and then you take your own life. It'll work. But they're more expensive.
I find it super alarming that, you know, that has to be a thing that comes up. But
it came up if I was on like any medication.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And I was like, not currently. And he was like, oh. And then we had to have that discussion.
Yeah.
And it was like, all right, I guess I won't kill myself. Thanks.
Sure. All right.
Can you take my $25 and give me peace of mind when I do die? All right. Thanks. Anyways, for my week, I had a little update on The Crush.
Cool,
I feel like I should have come up with a better name than The Crush. It sounds a little.
You got time now. What you want to call him?
I don't know.
Where's he from?
I know that's too obvious.
Okay. I was like,
if he was like
I was like, is he from somewhere cool? Because then we can call him something cool, like the Bronx Bruiser or something. I don't know.
The Bronx Bruiser? No. Dang, I wish I did have a cool name. Whatever. The Crush. I'll come up with one. I'll workshop it.
Crush. Like, you gotta say it cool with the crush. Like,
The Crusher.
yeah.
No.
That sounds like a failed wrestler.
Yeah, it does.
Like, he tried and he failed.
So I talked with Dominic about this a little bit, but I realized a while back, within the last week,
Sure, yeah.
that I'm not sure that this is a crush I want to pursue.
Makes sense. Okay.
Change of events. It's canceled.
Cancel the whole crush.
Cancel the
him.
whole crush.
He done.
No,
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, we'll see.
It's just gotten a little too real. Like, you know how on paper, like,
It sounds
before
cute.
meeting him,
Yeah.
it was like, oh, I got a crush, like,
yeah.
so cute, maybe he'll hold my hand, like,
Something.
you know.
And then you meet him,
And now
y'all
it's like, ooh,
wait a minute.
hold up, this is real.
I
Also,
feel you.
so you're interested. Like, it was just too.
Oh yeah.
It was like,
I got you. I'm not ready for all that.
Yeah, and I realized that because I guess this would be super obvious. Like, there's no hiding it. If he's not listening. I'm almost positive.
To be fair, if he was listening, I think he would already know who he was. You don't think so?
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
I think he would have
That's fair.
already known
Yeah.
from, like, at least one of the last 2 episodes. I think he would already know.
You're right.
Didn't you talk about one time y'all, like, hung out or whatever right after y'all hung out?
Yeah. That's true.
But
Okay,
hey,
so
if
I
you
can
want-
say it.
you
So,
don't have to. I mean,
I bought a candle.
a candle, a whole candle.
A 3-wick candle.
Okay, 3.
It's kind of a big one.
So is that 3 separate from one fire? Like, are the wicks close together? Or are they like 3 like in the?
Oh, this is embarrassing. You don't know how candles work.
Shut up! I don't buy that many candles.
They're like evenly spaced apart. Because it's so okay. So, you know, if you, I'm not gonna go into this, the logistics of how candles.
We
work.
went in at 20 minutes talking about, like, health insurance. So
It'll be
I
the
don't
most
think-
boring.
I don't think 30
episode.
seconds of
Health insurance and candles.
Well,
But basically, like, if you have a candle, right, and there's
Yeah.
one wick, it'll burn that area, right? So,
Mhm.
like, when you see a candle burn, it usually goes, like, hollow where the wick is.
Mhm.
Have you ever seen how, like, the edges tend to take a little longer, and then
Yeah.
eventually they go down also? So the wider the candle is, like, the bigger, the more wicks you need. Otherwise, if there's just one in the middle, it'll only burn a hole in the middle, and it
Oh, that
will
makes
never burn the
sense. Yeah,
sides.
I got
So
you,
you
I
need
got
to
you.
space them out.
I feel that. Okay.
Right.
Makes sense.
So they're not close together. That would defeat the
like-
purpose of having multiple wicks. I bought him a candle
Yeah,
because he needed a candle.
of course.
Like, he needed it.
He needs a candle. He wants his place to smell good. All right.
And the second I walked out with the little bag, I was like, oh no,
Who are you?
it's too much. I was like looking at my reflection in my car, and I was like, I can return this. Like, I can just walk back in and be like, actually, change my mind about the candle. But I did. It's in my car. It's in my trunk. Oh my God, would it melt? I just thought about that. No.
It's been here in Houston. It's been super
And they only
rainy
melt under,
lately.
like, fire. So
Yeah,
I doubt, like, it would just
Yeah, I was
melt.
like, it hasn't even been. We haven't seen the sun in like a week. So
True.
sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. I got him a candle. And okay, do you know that scene in the Sex and the City movie where Samantha's like, it's on Valentine's, and she made a bunch of sushi for her dude,
I'm aware.
and she comes home and late, right? And she
Uh-huh.
has all the sushi, and she, like, starts throwing it at him. She's like, I'm
Yeah.
not the type of woman that sits around
Yeah.
making sushi for a man. And she gets really angry.
That
This
was
is how I
over the
felt.
candle.
Because I was like, I'm not the type of girl to just buy candles.
What kind of shit? Do you think it was a concept of, like, what it was, or was it just a concept of, like, oh well, I got this guy a gift?
I think it was a combination
Okay.
where it was like,
Is there
the
any
fact that it was a gift is already weird, but a candle, like a home.
if you're holding out more surprises,
decor.
you don't have to say it. But is there any kind of gift you can think of that you would have been more okay with?
Yeah,
Okay.
like anything, anything that wasn't, because now it's like a thing he's gonna have. He's gonna burn it. It's just the implication is too. It's like if I got him like
something that wouldn't burn and he would have to eventually
something
get
that
rid
he
of.
could easily dispose of, like something that I can't like.
You don't think he'll burn the candle and then, like, be done with it?
But it's most people keep the like it's a cool glass jar. It's just, and then like,
I'm sure.
It's not like you can.
So would you have rather gotten him some chocolates so he can eat the chocolates and throw away the box?
I would have felt like that would have been better. Yeah, because then it's like, yeah, it's like a whatever. Like, also candles are expensive. I paid a lot of money for this candle.
Oh, I believe that. Now I'm here with you. Now
that
I'm here
there's
with
a
you.
monetary value.
Oh, okay. Now we can talk. It's like what you spend? How much money on? What?
I felt so. And then there was nothing but like.
Where do you think it came from?
Grown women. Well, grown women in the thing, and I was like, oh my god, they're buying fucking candles because they're probably gonna burn them at home with their family, and I just bought this dude a candle, and we're not even like. We're not there yet. We're not at candles. Yeah. We're not at candles.
Excuse me? Yeah. Y'all are at like, I'll buy you lunch at the most, or like a coffee. You should have got him a coffee. Well, no.
Well, it's different if like we're out, right?
But just like, here's the thing.
It would even be better if we were out and we happened to walk into the candle place and I was like, hey, let me buy this one for you. This is my favorite scent. But it wasn't that.
Nope. I took
time out of my day.
It was like, I thought about you. And I went and bought this thing.
It's so weird. I'm in a compromising position. Yeah, I went and bought someone a can.
I don't know, fam. It sounds like
I was in the area. No, this isn't. You're not. Now I have to adopt a new lifestyle. Like, oh no, I go to the mall all the time. So like, I'm always near the candle place.
I mean,
knowing full well that's not me, but I got to keep up the charade. Sure, so that he doesn't know that I woke up and on my to-do list for the day on my agenda I had buy this candle.
That's hilarious.
I even looked it up before I left because the scent that I wanted to get is one of my favorites from the winter collection. It was too much. It's too much.
Okay.
I bought a candle and I don't know how to feel about it. And it made me rethink everything. I was like, you know what? This is happening too quickly for me. I'm uncomfortable.
But you did.
I have an oath. I can't. No candles. No candles till January.
What's this? You think the candle is gonna? Is that really the issue with this?
No.
Is that really the thing?
It's too much. It's too much, and I can't. I can't.
I was like, you like. I mean, I get. Okay, let me put myself in the guy's position. All right. This girl that I hung out with a couple times, like I know her or whatever, but like we've been kind of we've been getting together a little more lately.
Yeah.
Nothing's happened. I haven't like.
Well. No.
Well, I meant like not the whole thing, okay?
Right.
I don't mean like literally nothing. I meant like, you know, the whole it hasn't, I guess I shouldn't say nothing. It hasn't happened yet. Seems like, you know, she's whatever. I don't know if she's under oath or whatever, but she's just seems like she's not about that right now. I'm not going to push her because I'm a respectful young man. I'm a good, classy young man, all right? I'm not going to push that if it seems like she's not that into it. Anyway, so we're hanging out and she comes over one day and she brings me a candle. And I'm like, oh, thank you. This is really unexpected. Holy shit. Like, thanks. Oh, my God. This smells amazing. What? Dude. Whoa. Thank you. What's the occasion? No, I'm just kidding.
and then I have to leave.
Run. Okay. Well, I got it. No, I'm just kidding.
You just hear in the background the pitter patter of my feet. Like, you hear the door slam on my car.
Oh, well.
And then blocked on everything. Can't get a hold of me. I move.
Well, guys, this is the last episode of the podcast because she bought a candle. No, I was exaggerating. I just wanted to see if you freak. No, it won't be that bad. It'd probably be like, oh, thanks, and he like puts it in his like cabinet somewhere where he puts things that he probably forgets about. And there you go.
That's worse.
Is it?
That's worse than. Well, I mean, it's a nice candle. I don't know. I think that's the problem. Is I don't know what to do, what to make of this other than
I think it's just a candle. And
okay,
I'm not you know, like you said, he needs a candle, so he's probably like, you know what, I needed another candle.
Psychotic.
Thank you.
He needed a candle. I mean,
thank you, I needed this candle. That's exactly what he's gonna say to you. You know, give it to him, he's gonna be like, thank you, I needed this candle. And then he's going to be like, so you want to bang? And you're going to be like, no, I'm under oath. And you'd be like, okay, well.
I would be like, well, I got him a candle. Like, what does that even imply? What does a candle mean? What are there's a paper, right? That's the first one.
What is this?
With gifts? With like the gifts you give during it. There's like the paper here.
Uh-huh.
And then there's like.
Oh, I know what you're saying, but I don't know him by heart. I don't know him at all.
I feel like candles like at least decades down the line. You don't just buy a rent. Who have I ever bought a I can't think of a single person I've ever bought a Yeah, but that's different.
Oh, okay.
We are already years down the line.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
No, it's weird. I should have returned it.
What if he just returns a favor and he gets you a candle as well? That'll probably
Ghosted.
be yeah. It'll be you. If you're listening to this dude, the worst thing you could do is reciprocate this gift. Just take it, pretend like it's not a big deal, and move on.
Yeah, that'd be best. Be thankful, right? Like, oh my god, thanks.
Thank you.
And then never acknowledge.
Do you want him to
again.
light it while you're there?
No. Too much. Too much. Too much. Too much.
What if it's subtle? What if like he just puts it in his bathroom that moment, doesn't touch it, but next time you come over, you smell
You
it?
can't put a 3-wick candle in a bathroom. It's too strong. Okay, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna explain this again.
Sorry. What? I don't know how strong it is. I just know it's
But it's huge. You can imagine, right? It's not
probably.
Okay. Anyway, that was me. That was me for the week. I bought a candle. I had a breakdown.
So mad at me about this candle.
Yeah, maybe just like
sorry,
so I've been rewatching Broad City, and the the running joke for what's the latest season, 5 or 4? Whatever. The latest season of Broad City,
I don't know.
the running joke, and I think actually throughout
most of the
most
show,
seasons,
probably.
yeah, is that Abby doesn't read books. And every time she doesn't understand something, Ilana is like, "Oh my god, Abby, read a book."
Yeah,
like,
no, I'm pretty sure they mentioned it earlier in the show too.
Right,
couple times,
but
yeah.
it's funny because it's for like dumb stuff. Like she doesn't know, like she doesn't know about circumcised penises.
Right,
and
like,
Ilana will be like,
"Come on, Abby, yeah."
Abby, if you don't read a book soon, you're gonna forget how. Like, so rude.
Is that what you're about to say to me?
Yeah, about the candles.
If I don't, you saying I don't read, I need to read more.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
or just like think for a second about how candles work.
Like I don't. I've never bought.
It's literally.
I've never bought my
wax, and then
significant other a candle. Okay, because I'm not that serious about anybody. So.
Was that a diss on me or yourself? Because I wasn't sure.
Both.
You're just crying.
No, I mean I don't care. Like I don't need anybody. I'm just saying.
I never got no fucking candles. I don't know what they mean.
I mean, even when I ain't buy nobody a fucking candle. I'm not trying to marry him.
Oh, stop. I have to return it.
No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. That's worse. That's worse. I'm just kidding.
Damn it.
How you gonna look that person who? What if it's the same person at the counter and you're like, "Hey, I'm here to return this," and they're like, "Bitch, is a candle. Why?" You gonna tell them the story? Oh, yeah. I got it for this guy.
I'm just gonna play them this podcast. I'm be like, okay, I got you.
Fair enough.
She listens to it all. She's just like, maybe if you just get one with 1 wick.
You think the wicks make the?
I don't know.
I mean, it is kind of a big candle. I guess I get it.
It's a huge candle, dude.
If it's, I don't know. Why'd you get him such a big one?
Because it was they only had them in big sizes. The scent that I wanted, I think. I had to look around enough.
All right, so we're gonna that took up a good chunk of time. Cool, but all right. So next, we got a topic that comes from one of our dedicated listeners. His name is Sign Square Triangle on Instagram. Thank you, Sign Square Triangle. This is cool. But he suggested the topic, and I quote: "You should talk about what serial killer or horror character you would want to die at the hands of." So just a little context. Last week, we asked people like, hey, just give us a topic or anything you want us to talk about on this week's episode or any weeks coming up, because we just want some feedback. We want to see what you guys are interested in listening in. Still can do that. Invitation is still open at any point. Yeah. Just DM us on Twitter or Instagram at DSAgrees. Or if you're feeling bold and you don't care, you can just leave a comment on our YouTube channel, like whatever you want to do. But anyway, yeah. So to answer the question, what like if we got to pick who and how we died, what would we do? How would we do it? I'm gonna let you do it. I'm gonna let you take over first, because I'm a little unsure.
Okay, so my mind went to so I didn't think movies just because
it's a little cheesy.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the answer everybody would expect.
Yeah. And if it was a movie, it'd be like a really clean answer. Like you visually know how they kill, so there's
Yeah.
not much like room for your own imagination.
Yeah.
I don't know. My mind went to like horror themed things. So my big one, right, is
Yeah,
aliens.
more than one. Okay.
Obviously aliens.
Aliens. Yeah, that's you. It's
I
written
don't
all
think
over your face.
maybe it would. I mean, if there were killer aliens, that definitely falls under horror creatures.
I was about to say, if they were killer aliens, they would just be from like the movie Alien.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not that one.
Okay, not those fake
I'm
ass
not basing-
aliens.
Yeah.
Not those fake ass.
Not those
I'm talking
Hollywood-ass
about. Yeah,
aliens.
no, I'm talking about some real ass aliens, like the
Yeah, I'm
true
talking
blue,
about real ones.
little green guys with the bald heads and like little
Yeah.
specks for eyes.
Or
Or gray.
the ones that are like really tall, blonde, blue eyes. You ever heard about those type of aliens? It's a thing. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was
When you
like,
dig,
are you like making a political joke here?
No.
Like, I guess I have.
Those
yeah.
orange. No. This is it's like a real thing amongst
No, I
alien
haven't.
conspiracy theories. Is this like higher race?
The Aryan race?
Yeah. No. Kind of.
That's what it sounds like.
Kind of. These aliens that are like so beautiful and they're huge, and people that have had like abduction stories will say that those are the ones they see,
Oh, that's terrifying.
as opposed to like the little
Yeah,
gray
like-
ones
yeah,
or
I
green
got you.
ones or whatever.
'Cause those just sound like people, bro. Like,
Yeah,
it
no,
sounds
so-
like the government got you.
I feel I feel like if I got to pick, right? Like if the aliens abducted me and they were like, dude, we can't, if they were that chill, if they were like, dude, we can't send you back because
Yeah.
now and we can't keep you, but we can kill you in a way that you can like you can design your death here. There's a couple ways I'd like to go. If they're aliens, you know what would be great? I would just want them to shoot me out into space.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you could just suffocate and
Yeah.
and just not make it. Okay.
Because then, from my understanding, your body would be there forever, right?
I mean, yeah.
It wouldn't like decompose.
I don't know.
This throws a wrench into my.
I mean, I would think isn't part of decomposition like the sun and like heat and like. So would it depend on where they throw you out? Like if you in the deep part of space, like
I'd eventually
millions
hit the
of miles
sun.
away from the sun, maybe you'd live for a while. But like, what if they did it right off the coast of the sun?
They
like, all right,
launch
here
me
you go.
into the sun. That'd be
go.
kind of cool.
At that point, you probably just burn up, and that's just it. But you wouldn't
Maybe they
feel it.
could-
You probably would die before you. Felt
Maybe
any
they could
heat.
turn me into a star.
Oh, that's
That'd
cool.
be cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I look in the sky, I'm be like, dang, they used to be my friend.
Yeah.
I
If
would like
not, even if they were like, oh, we only abducted you in order to skin you and like murder. We're gonna eat you. Even I would still be okay with that. That'd be my preferable choice.
That's painful as
They're
fuck.
aliens. And then my little heart would be like, I knew it all along. It'd be my last
terrible
thoughts.
because you wouldn't be able to like tell anybody. That'd be so awful.
Yeah,
you'd be
but
like, did you remember Invader Zim?
yeah,
And you'd be like Dib, but for like how he is all the time, like he knows fucking
Yeah.
aliens, and he's just a paranoid creep.
yeah.
weirdo.
I don't want that. I don't want to be the person on Earth that like knows the truth and
Yeah.
can't convince anybody because everyone would
everybody's
think I'm
like, yeah,
stupid.
you weirdo.
Everyone would use that other episode as like proof that I believe in dumb stuff.
Oh, the episode we
Yeah.
talk about conspiracies.
They'd
and
be like,
shit?
"Can we really believe that she knows about aliens when she believes in
Hollow
Hollow Moon?"
Yeah. But that's where aliens come from. What do
Yeah,
you
and I
think?
have to be like, "That's what their base is."
Shut your
All
ass up.
credibility out the
God.
window.
They like play the episode of that tape like at your therapy session. They're like, all right, so
And I'm like rocking back and forth.
dude, I swear they got me. Like,
Be like, all you have to do is send me back to the moon, and then I can dig in, and I can get to their base.
I imagine a scenario where you're going and they think like, okay, after we like they try all kinds of therapy, even hypnotherapy, and they're like, okay, after like 3 or 4 sessions, she'll be fine. We have this all the time. And 150 sessions in, they're like, Jessica, legally we can't let you go until you say aliens aren't real. Just say it. Even if you don't believe it, just say aliens aren't real. And you're like, nah, they're real, bro. I saw them. You can't tell me nothing. And it's like,
and then they kill me there. That's my alternative death.
oh, the therapy people are just tired of
Yeah.
dealing with you. They're like, all right, bitch. and just
Yeah. We're taking out one of the crazies.
we're done. She's
the better
beyond cause.
community. Yeah.
She's done because you won't be crazy enough to be sent to an asylum because you didn't hurt anybody technically, but like you're too crazy to leave out in society. Like that very in between weird. Like,
Yeah.
Oh man.
I
That'd be
wish it would be
unfortunate.
possible to have them as friends.
Aliens or
Aliens. Like, what if they abducted me and I was like, yeah,
What's
I
good,
knew you
bro?
guys were real. And they were like, yeah, you know, we're just trying to get to know what you guys are about. And I could talk to them about what we're like.
they'll be like, we only want to abduct the smartest among. I mean, what if they're like, dude, it was so obvious. We left literal like crop circle signs that we were here this whole time, but y'all like refuse to believe. Like what?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're just like, I knew it the whole. I know.
Yeah. I was like, I knew. And they were like, yeah. And you know, the Bermuda Triangle? And I'd be like,
That's
yeah.
us.
They're like, yeah, that's us too.
That's us.
We figured you guys would get it, but
Yes, you don't like what kind of dumb shit is that? Like literally every time one of your planes flies by, we abduct that shit. Like who do you think was doing it? And we're
they're like,
just-
bro, who do you think built the pyramids? I'd be like, oh, sweet.
nice.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the work. I never got to visit them because I was poor and everything, but
Like, it's okay. And they pull out like a little one and just give it to you like
they
a
just give me
perfectly modeled,
diamonds.
like here, dude. It's not that hard. Like that'd be great.
A pyramid is what you meant. Yeah.
Yeah.
They just gift me a pyramid. They
No,
send me back
like a
with
little scale
pyramid.
model of a pyramid. Like imagine like the pyramid
That's
made out of
cool.
the same things, but just
Yeah.
perfectly scale model to fit in your hands. Like here you go. It's not hard. We got a
Yeah.
million of them laying around. Like
Yeah.
that'd be nice.
I'd be like, just out of curiosity, how did you move the stones? Like that's a big debate amongst my people. Like, how did you move the stones? They were
and
so
they're just
heavy.
like, bro, we strong. Like,
Yeah.
what?
They're like, levitation. Like, you guys aren't there yet. They send me back and like they only, they check in like maybe once a month. I'm like, what you
Yeah.
been up to? I'm like,
You're like, well, I still
school
need
still
some money.
sucks.
I'm still kind of broke. Anything you can do about that? And they're like, we're beyond. We're beyond that. Sorry.
We're beyond money.
There's nothing. We
And I'd
just
be like,
help each
damn.
other for just the sake of it. Like
I'm like,
what?
well, I'm sick and I can't afford my doctor.
And you're like,
And they're like, oh, you guys get sick? That's great. That's wild. No,
that's
wild.
wild. We don't know what to do. We have to dig up the ancient like artifacts of like our people. We don't know what that. I don't know how that does. We've evolved past that like 80 million years ago. We don't know what to do.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I can't finish school. Like, I don't know what
It's
it
too
is.
hard.
Yeah.
And they're like,
I'm like,
they look at your textbook and they're like, first of all, they look at your history book and they're like, none of this shit is real. They look at your math book and it's like, none of this shit matters. They're just like, why are you studying what? None of this is what? Like, no. None of this. And then it's even better because then they look at, they find, like, they beam you up and they're like, okay, so we heard rumors about some people on Earth who believe in, like, one god or like a religion or something weird. They just tell you the secret of religion.
yeah.
They just give it to you right there. They're like,
And I'm like, yeah, bro, there's a lot of people who believe in like different shit. We've gone to war over
they're
it.
like-
People have been killed.
they're like, sorry, we can't be
pretty
friends with
savage.
someone of your idiot race. Y'all
No, they'd be cool with it. They'd
I
be
know.
like, damn, bro. Yeah.
are, okay. That's pretty cool. I guess when you think about it that way,
Yeah,
it's
wouldn't
not
that
so
be
bad.
nice?
If
Like
and then
once
they
a
kill
month you get to catch up with them.
and then they kill you.
No, okay, so here's my actual like ideal death, right? Like I get abducted by aliens. Let's say this same scenario, right?
Yeah.
After so many months of them visiting me, years, they abduct me and they're like, so it turns out we know before like your medicine can diagnose it or whatever, but or we know because whatever. They know I'm gonna die soon.
they can feel like some weird energy, whatever,
Yeah.
from you, and they're just like, yeah.
They're like, trust us, we know. But we can make it painless and we can make it easy.
Aw,
That'd be
that's
ideal.
So sweet.
Yeah. And they'd be like, and they'd be my friends at that point,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah. That'd be the way to go. Aliens who have befriended me and then taken mercy on me.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. I imagine and it sounds kind of trash, and it is a little trash for me, but the only way I can imagine myself dying in any kind of like somewhat happy, peaceful, like not the worst, most gruesome, painful thing
I
ever.
love that this is, yes, like horror.
Yeah. We're like, well, you know what?
And we're like, you know what? No.
Well, you know what?
We're all
When you
about positivity.
all he asked was, who do you want us to kill? Like, who do you want, like, us? Who do you want to kill us? You know, like, he
Yeah.
didn't say it had to be painful or
I
whatever.
think it was implied.
Look, you need to be more specific. Thank you for the question, by the way. Thank you for the topic, but be more specific about your implication. Anyways,
Okay.
the only way I can imagine it where like one, it makes sense, and two, I don't hate it. I'm like, oh, not again. Is it probably will be and I'm not sure if it will be a witch, a mermaid.
You want it to be a woman.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want it to be some woman who I want it to be the idea of like a woman that's like the most beautiful woman anybody's ever seen or something like that. Like just amazing, right? We go out, we have a good time, and I'm just like in bliss. I'm so happy. Like before we even have like just being around her.
Before you even start buying candles.
Way before that. This scenario is a one night thing. Like I'm like, like I see a girl on Tinder and I'm like, yo, this is the one. This is it.
That's how it would happen. Not just she's a witch. You can't meet her in like real life. She's on Tinder.
She's on Tinder because she knows that's where like dummies like me. Anybody who sees her in real life is gonna be like, bro, whatever. Like get out of here. Like you know. But on Tinder, you know, she can mask how beautiful she really is. Then I meet up and I'm like, yo, this is insane. But it's too late. I can like the inside of me will be like, dude, she's too hot. I can't. Like I gotta leave.
Yeah.
But I'm already there, so I gotta suck it up. We had the best date ever.
You would leave because she was too hot.
Way out of my no, I'm just kidding. I'll just be really nervous. I'll just be really nervous because I'm comparing it to like if I just saw a girl like this attractive in real life, like I wouldn't be able to go up to her. Heck no. But like on Tinder, it's like, well, I already made the move. All I gotta do is meet her. So we do it. We had the best date ever. I'll go back to her place, and somewhere while we're doing it, she kills me. But not because like, oh, she just stabs me or she.
Have you seen Jennifer's Body? I feel like unintentionally you described dying at her hands. Okay, so let me preface it real quick. Jennifer's Body is a movie about it's Megan Fox, by the way, like the hottest in any movie. Even she looks even hotter in this one than she did in all the Transformers shitty movies.
I'm sure.
She goes to a concert where the band kidnaps her and sacrifices her to Satan as a virgin. Turns out she's not a virgin, and what happens when you sacrifice a non-virgin to the devil is she turns into a demon. Oh, cool. And she has to eat humans in order to keep herself alive.
That's me.
So she kills a bunch of people.
That's probably me.
She eats a bunch of boys.
That's probably me. Yep.
So your choice of death would be Jennifer.
Yep. That way. And I mean, she could do it a bunch of different ways. There's like that. I guess if I had to pick a painful way for it to be, it'd be like, oh, well, I mean, it's weird to say, but you ever heard of teeth?
I think you mean vagina dentata.
Is that what it's? What?
Yeah.
I thought the movie was like, I thought it was called like Teeth or something.
Yeah, it is called Teeth.
Okay.
But that's like the medical term that the doctor gives her.
Yeah.
He's like, vagina dentata. And then the thing like bites off his fingers.
Yep. I don't want him to, you know, once he like bites a part of me off, I'm like, you know what? Oh, okay. Sorry. Sorry. It's a she. Sorry.
Oh, what a twist.
Once the woman's, you know, bites me, I'm like, you know what, just finish. Like, it's already, I'm not finna walk away with nothing, so just let her kill me.
Also a great movie.
But the point is, either way, in any of those scenarios, I'm dying happy at least, or like maybe at the moment I die I won't be happy, but I'll be at least like happy leading up to it. It's kind of like there's an episode of SpongeBob where Squidward thinks he gave SpongeBob a pie with a bomb in it. Right? Like he's convinced that he fed, because he went and like bought SpongeBob a pie or something like that, but he found out that he bought it from like a bunch of pirates who sell bombs, and they're like, oh,
I've seen this. Yeah.
So he's very convinced that, okay, whenever this pie finally finishes digesting, it's gonna blow SpongeBob to smithereens, like kill him, like straight up kill him, right? And so what he does is he tries to make his last day like the best day ever. He does everything he wants. He goes on his perfect little mandates that SpongeBob likes. Like he literally anything he asks, he has a whole list of things you want to do on your last day, and he does them for him. That I want that to be me, but like in date form. Like I want like the perfect best last moments ever before I kick the dust.
Okay.
And that way, even if I have a painful death, well, you know what? I can't say I didn't enjoy the ride.
I can respect that. Okay. I think that was a good answer. Those were good ansers to a question that wasn't meant to have good answers.
Nope. Yeah. Gotcha. No, I'm just kidding.
Gotcha.
But yeah, again, if you want little short, cute little prompts like that on the show, give it to, or they can be super long. We did that one was short, obviously, because there's not a lot to it. But like, if you want it to be long, or if you want it to be like a serious anything, feel free. Also, that's fine. Like I said, it's Twitter or Instagram at DS Degrees, or leave a comment on YouTube. Either way, it's fine. We definitely enjoy hearing from you guys. Any kind of feedback, and especially anything you would want us to talk about, that'd be cool. Go ahead and let us know.
Yeah, but that's it for this week's episode.
For sure. We're gonna go see. It was kind of late this time, but typically catch us on Mondays. Typically Mondays.
Yes.
If
We're trying our hardest.
Trying to be on time, but life happens. Whatever. But yeah, typically try Monday evenings. I'm gonna say Monday evenings if you can. If not, Tuesday evenings.
They'll come at you when they come. Turn on your notifications.
No, real talk. While she's playing though, subscribe. Like if you're legit listening to this on YouTube, like subscribe, and you'll know when we upload. Like dead ass.
And also to any other service.
Yeah, because there's follow button. Is there a follow? Yeah, there's a follow.
Yeah, you can subscribe to. I get notifications from iTunes.
Okay, yeah. So whatever you listen to us on, subscribe to us. You'll know when we do it. Because every once in a while it'll be off schedule, but for the most part, Mondays. But this is Dominic.
And this is Jessica.
We are signing out. See y'all later.
Bye.